you said, like, people, you can sit there and fart and burp and they're going to watch it.
Exactly. So it's official. There's a good angle right there. It's got both bikes in it. That'll work. All right. So yeah, everything's LIVE.
Are we live?
Mm-hmm. Live, man. There it is.
Yep.
I can find a better angle.
There's my fat ass looking at it to make sure
I
can see it.
Than that.
How do I share it?
There should be a little share thing on there. Here you go. That's a better angle. That's got both bikes and both you guys in it. Now, let's see here.
There it is. Got it.
There's Susan. She said hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi, hi, hi.
Yeah.
Facebook.
All right.
Go to
All right, there we go.
Type in Samson V-Twin. Mm-hmm. And then it should show my channel. What the hell is that? Oh, okay. Go right there. What says live? Now you're in. What say live? Live. We did one of these yesterday and had so much fun. We thought we'd do another one today. So just pretend like you're here at the shop with us, and we're going to pretend like you're not there. Unless you have a question.
Full disclaimer, this is a motorcycle shop.
Yeah.
There is a veteran that works here. We apologize for maybe a couple slipped words here and there.
Like Tyler says, it sounds like a porno sometimes when if a person were listening, we weren't on camera, and a person were listening, they would think that they were watching. What is that you use? What's the terminology that you use that the shop sounds like when
it sounds like we're making a porno in here sometimes when you're having
like, for example, hey man, did you put the dipstick back in the hole?
Oh yeah, I put it all the way in. I got it all the way in.
That's an example. There's nothing bad about it, but it sounds bad. If you take the description the wrong way, a person could think that there's anyway, you get it.
You got to take it with a sense of humor.
Exactly. Already have 27 people watching.
Oh wow! Hello everybody.
People. Hey, all you 27 people.
As a day 2 live stream YouTuber, it's kind of weird to think about.
So what Tony's doing on this bike, he's putting in a 468 cam. He's already done he's doing the push rods now. He's letting them find their home, and then he'll be putting the headers back on. We've already put a tune in the Thundermax, and then we'll fire it up live, let it do an idle tune. Got to put the headers back on it. He's already put an intake manifold on it too, with 5.5 injectors. And then the blue one, Tyler's working on. He has put, I don't know if you can see it, but see how shiny these cylinders are here. It's a 128 zippers kit with a aluminum manifold, intake manifold, 7.1 injectors.
Yes, 7.1 injectors.
468 cam, Thundermax, headers. This was originally a 117. So he's buttoning up the top end And because we do things the way we do things here, we're not in an Olympic event trying to beat the clock. We're trying to beat reliability. So Tyler always takes his time, double, triple, quadruple checks everything. And so far we haven't had much trouble at all. I don't think there's a shop on the planet that's perfect.
Never.
Never. There's never a perfect shop. So if somebody tells you they're perfect, they might not be telling you something that's right.
First shop you go to that says they've never had a comeback, you need to need to back out of that.
Yep. The way you deal with it is if it's your fault, you own up to it and fix it. You don't say, I didn't do that. That ain't mine. You got to own up to the problem, fix it, give it back to the customer and tell them you're sorry. But if you didn't do it, you better stand your ground. You better damn sure make sure you didn't do it. Because if you did it and they find out, you tell them you didn't, they find out you did. That's a problem. That's a problem. Most people understand if everybody's human. If you tell them, man, I dropped my wrench on your tank. There's a ding in your tank. Well, we're going to buy you a new tank. Sorry, bro. Just want to let you know. As opposed to saying, I didn't do that. To try to get out of it.
Yep.
Can't do it. Can't do it. What was that case with the saddlebag? Hey, man. No, we're live right now on the.
Come over and say hey to everybody.
Say hi to the world. There's 21 people watching.
Over here.
Somewhere right over here. He's got his phone going. There you go. It's a little bit of a delay. YouTube. YouTube Live.
Give us about 3 years, we'll be YouTube famous.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. We're good. I guess we're good.
Another cool thing about small town, your mailman will come in and have a conversation with you.
Well, this is my 10-minute break spot. Yeah. This is my designated break spot. I gotta have a designated break spot.
Designated break spot, coolest place in town.
Yep. Right here. The mailman.
Got to have a designated break spot.
This one's officially a 128 now, Wesley. Pretty, isn't it? It's gonna be a monster.
A lot of shaking at it.
Well, yeah, it's gonna sound awesome. I think they put a little bit shorter head gasket. See how tiny that head gasket is?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that does increase the compression ratio.
Yeah. I thought they used to run a race car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure do. Got Tyler's way. We did this yesterday and had
Super Chubs.
Uh-huh.
Steve, Super Chubs would like you to please turn the camera so we can see what they're doing.
Who do you want to see? You want to see the blue one or you want to see the black one? Oh, he wants to see what you're doing. Well, we'll bring it over here, but there's not a lot you can see. All the engine work has been completed as far as the big bore kit. But we'll bring it over here and let you see what he's doing. He's just bolting it together now. That's still important. Still very important. But there's nothing really per se to see. He's now putting the rocker boxes back on it. This is the zippers big bore kit here. You can see how thick the fins are compared to the factory fins. And then there's an aluminum intake. See if I can show you. right in there. That aluminum right there. That's an aluminum intake manifold that went in now, as opposed to the plastic one.
That aluminum intake is something special.
I'll show you the aluminum stuff. Most people don't know. The vast majority of the people don't know that Harley Davidson puts an aluminum intake manifold on these M8s.
Did you say Harley puts a plastic?
Did I say plastic?
Yeah, I think you said aluminum.
So they put a plastic intake manifold on there. I'm sorry. And so these areas here obviously are touching the heads, and if the head temperature gets to a certain point, plastic will get malleable. We've seen it happen, and when that happens, you got a mess on your hands. So
actually a good point you were making, Steve. Like if you guys out there have an M8 and for some reason you're out riding around and all of a sudden the bike just starts to sound funny and run funny, there's a good possibility that that plastic intake may have gotten warm enough, and now you've got an intake leak in here, which is it's quite a common thing with the M8s when they get hot.
Yeah, they run hot anyway, so then it'll get really hot after that. But that's what Tyler's doing. He's putting it back together. That's probably what takes the longest, taking it apart. You could take one apart half the time it takes to put one back together.
Yeah, coming apart's the easy part.
So this is factory heads. Scott, the owner, didn't choose to do the head work on it. If you do the head, well, that's fine. There's nothing wrong. This thing's going to be fast enough the way it is. But if you choose to do the head work on it, then you can go with an even larger cam. This has a 468 zipper cam in it. But you could get into the fives. You could really build some horsepower if you do the head work. Probably could get north of $150, maybe into the 160s if you do it right. And if you increase your manifold size and throttle body size, this is still stock 55 millimeter manifold and throttle body. It does have 7.1 injectors in it. That makes a big difference. He'll be happy with it. So for those just tuning in, Tyler's buttoning up a fresh 128 big bore kit install. He's on his way back together with it. We're torquing down, he is torquing down the rocker boxes, and then throughout the day he'll continue to piece it together very slowly and meticulously, because we are not up against the clock. We don't have to answer to anybody. We try to do things the right way the first time. Because not only is it expensive to do this stuff, it'd be expensive to have to redo it on our side. So, but he's a good motor guy. He knows what he's doing.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
Be good, man.
All right.
Huh? There you go. Oh shit. Cell phone. Samson V-Twin, this is Steve. Yes, sir. Okay, well, we'll have the door open and just pull up on the sidewalk like you always do. We'll have it ready for you. Yes, sir. All right. Mm. That's Washington. He's going to bring his bike down.
What?
Yeah.
But he's in Washington.
That's Mr. Washington?
Yeah.
I thought about him yesterday.
He's got an oil migration problem. Probably do the same thing to his that we did to that burgundy one. Put the new rod, the new push rod in that's fatter.
Yeah.
And then I drilled this right here for the Harley Davidson kit. I drilled that and put the hose through it. I think that's all he needs.
Is it leaking now or that?
Yeah, he says he can't ride it and it blows oil everywhere.
Did he have that problem earlier?
I thought we had fixed it,
Yeah.
but I guess we didn't. But that's been a couple years ago, so. Washington's bike. He's bringing me the old one. Yeah, I thought he got a new one too. He's going to bring me the old one. He says he's going to pull up here in a little bit. So I'll make sure we got him good, don't we? He's good. He's good.
Somebody had posted up here. Please turn the camera on. See it?
Yeah, that's. I moved it over here for Tyler. It's a good view, Tyler. It looks nice.
You like it?
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Oh, yeah. That delay is kind of cool.
Yeah.
If I get myself in a mess, we're gonna have to get you one of those buttons that you can go boop.
Yeah, the pause button.
Yeah, get that beep going.
Oh, 7-second delay button,
Yeah.
like on TV.
Yep. fix those little mishaps.
So,
I had to break it back down and readjust it again.
oh yeah, what happened?
It never come loose. It was never loosen up.
Did you
On a
have it
personal note,
on a surface that
I
wouldn't
would
move?
like to meet the engineer that thought it.
I mean, did you like was the push rod cocked over to the side or something? No.
Down in there. Just straight down in there.
I'm wondering if we're on the right side of the cam, flat side. Because all we did was put it back to the rear cylinder, center, top dead center. Let's see what happens here in a minute. We may have to start over. If we do, it's no big deal.
Oh yeah, it ain't no big deal. I mean,
But did that one bleed out?
loose,
Okay.
yeah.
You give it some time.
Already locked it down.
The M8s take forever to bleed out. Got 48 people watching now. How
Holy
about
cow! Welcome everybody.
that? Yeah, thanks for watching. All we're doing is playing around. We did this yesterday and had a good time doing it, so we thought we'd do it again today. What it's like to work in a motorcycle shop or play in a toy box all day.
Yes.
Whichever way you want to look
There
at
it
it.
went.
You about got all the wires done now. Don't you?
Yep. I'm going to leave those plugs out so I can rotate for the push rods.
You want to put the compression?
Yeah,
things back
we
in?
can drop the compression releases in.
I don't think there's any more. You already got the temperature head temp.
Yep. Those are torqued in. The entire intake is torqued in. Rocker boxes are torqued on. So it looks like it's about time to play with this oiling thing.
Are you gonna be able to get that in there with
I believe
that
so.
in the way? Okay. I've never seen you do it. So
Yeah, I just fought these in, and you're probably right. Yeah, I may be able to come from this side here.
yeah, this can be unplugged and get out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might work. Well, no, it's not going to work because you're going to have to take. You're going to have to take these things here loose.
Oh, okay.
And those. It might be better to come from the other
Got a little
side.
overzealous on the getting put back together.
Yeah, you want to know why the air filter's off?
Of which one?
Over.
On the blue one?
Yeah.
Because we took the heads off, the whole top of the engine came off, so the air filter's not part of the equation. That's going to be one of the last things to go back on it.
Yeah, it was a.
Had to put a brand new intake on it too, so the air filter had to come off.
Yeah, Jesse, if you're just joining us, we did this yesterday. We started a big bore kit, so it's we're kind of getting it put back together today. Got the jugs and pistons, got all this torqued down. Basically, everything you see that's together has been torqued, Loctited, all that fun stuff. So the heavy duty, the scary part is pretty much over. Now we're just putting all the little doodads back on, and then like Steve had just said, the air cleaner will most likely be even after the exhaust. Sometimes you got to come in here and finesse that exhaust in here, and we have Steve has the ability to make custom covers for our customers. I'm doing the best I can, trying to see if I can get this in the camera for you.
Yep, it's in there.
But so that to keep anything from happening from that'll most likely be the absolute last thing I put on is the air cleaner.
I'll give him an idea what it'll kind of look like. It's not going back with the factory breather. The factory breather is one of those point forward looking things, like an air scoop.
Yeah, on the Fast Johnny, didn't it have the that nose cone one, didn't it?
Yeah, the one that points forward. He didn't really like that one, so we're going to put an S&S breather on it, and I'll show you generally what it's going to look like. We make these custom rings that he just showed you. My brother makes them. He's got a CNC machine. He really enjoys doing it, doing the CNC stuff. But anyway, so I'm putting it together tentatively to show you the way it comes from S&S, and then what we do to change it up a little bit. Okay, so that is the breather. Okay, and it will sit right about here, something like that. All right, but my brother makes the thing that Tyler just showed you. We call it a ring, and it goes on like this. And my brother Cerakotes them with the bronze, so that'll sit something like that. And it says it's custom engraved, and it says Fast Johnny, Samson, Alabama. Then there's another one. We're going to give the customer the choice of whichever one he wants. He'll probably want this one because it says Samson V-Twin on it. See, it's what they call reverse cut. It has the Fast Johnny on it. So whatever Scott wants is what Scott gets. Whichever one. Good question, though, on the breather. We'll put everything back in the box, Tyler.
All right.
So don't get lost. $53 people. Good stuff. Anything I can do to assist?
Yeah, just kind of wiggling this thing through here.
Heck, you're almost there, man.
Yeah. This is along with my earlier spark plug remark. I would like to personally meet the engineer that thought this one would be a good idea.
Yeah, there should have been a lot more shorter hard lines and longer flex lines.
Yeah, it'll fit, but my goodness.
What he's working on there is the oil line that goes between the cylinders for the oil-cooled heads. And that line is a little bit of a challenge to get back into place. But it will go back eventually, one way or the other. Good, bad, or ugly. There it went. There's the front. Boom. He's in. He did it, ladies and gentlemen.
A little bit of finesse.
Sure did. And the crowd goes wild. Coming around third. He's about to hit home plate. Slides in. He's safe.
I actually don't like the way this is sitting.
Right in the cup. Just give it some time. It didn't sit just right.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with the way it was. Like you had said earlier, I put the injector wires back together, and it just wasn't sitting pretty. It was kind of on there, so I popped it back off. I'm gonna reroute that and make sure it is not interfering with that. This is just like a weird finesse, kind of gotta find that sweet spot. See how it's just barely not wanting to play right. It's not up against anything
Grab
here.
Tony's flashlight real quick. Can I borrow your flashlight? Oh, I know what it is. That side of your thing needs to come this way. lower. Hold on. I'm sorry. Wait. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh wait, am I telling you a story? I can't. Hold on a minute.
Kind of. It's. See, I've got contact here, which is you can tell by the rubbing on the top of that rocker box. It's been there before. It just got a weird little twist to it right now that it doesn't want to play.
Yep, there you are. You're in that one.
Okay.
That one went in, I think. Yes, it looks, well, it has to be in because it wouldn't be that flush.
Okay. So let's
drop this one looks pretty close too, Tyler. Whatever you did.
It just fell right in there.
Yeah.
Put this little Loctite, get these two threaded in. This one's close, but it still has it's got a little twist to it. Yeah. It's enough where it's not. And the only thing I did different was I pulled it out so that I could disconnect the injector plugs. So we may have to hit the reset button and just see. Change a little something in here to work for us.
Man, it's so close. It's right there.
Let's pick that up. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna do. Careful those O-rings. All right. So we're gonna call this the reset button. All right. Reset button hit. All right. That's lined up. Spark plug over the top.
Can you hold this one sort of in position, or
Yeah.
will that help? Or you can use two hands.
There you go. Right there is
Right,
where it wants to be.
See, oh yeah, it might have even been better.
That's it's feeling like it's getting happier.
Yep, I'm in right there.
Okay. So I can go ahead and
I'm gonna try to hold it. You catching threads?
Not yet. Doesn't feel good. No, they don't feel good. There.
How about that?
There.
That did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see your wrench.
That was the money shot right there.
I'll go ahead and tighten this down, and you can finagle that front one.
Okay. I gotta get you I believe they're 10 mil.
Is this it right here? Does that work? Is that the one?
No,
it's a 10 millimeter.
Yeah, I gotta grab a 10 millimeter. Yes, those words were uttered. I need a 10 millimeter to work on a Harley Davidson. Oh, you guys, it happened. The proverbial 10 millimeter happened.
Just disappeared.
Yep. I see an 11.
A quarter inch or half inch?
And a 9.
Quarter or half?
A quarter. Ta-da.
I'll tighten these down for you. I'm not going.
Tony's staring at his toolbox trying to figure out where his 10 millimeter went.
I'm not going to go all the way. I'm just going to snug it.
Tony's staring at his toolbox trying to figure out where his 10 millimeter went.
So it won't come out. That's all I'm going to do.
You might put a 14 son of a bitch.
A 14 millimeter?
14 where your 10 went.
Probably me.
So I see we got 62 people watching. I don't know how many people are able to comment, but how many of y'all lost a 10 millimeter?
Yeah, right. Aren't there T-shirts that say, "Where's my 10 millimeter?"
It's just the proverbial. If you've ever worked with anything to do with tools, you got to lose a 10 millimeter once. The best part about this conversation is we're talking about losing a 10 millimeter, put a Harley together.
The guy posted, "My wife loves my 10 millimeter."
And his name is Trouble, so that would make sense. Yes.
There you go, Trouble.
His name is Trouble, so that would make sense.
Yeah. What's that movie? Spinal Tap, where the amp goes to 11.
Yes.
So I have an 11 millimeter.
Yes. We've spoke about that before.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a short extension so that I can get into
Good grief, man.
this side over here. Yeah, those screws go forever.
All right, I'm at the point where the bottom one is not going to let the thing come out.
Okay.
So
yeah, I've got the front ones in.
here's your 10.
So we'll get these torqued down.
Do you want to hold off on the hose yet, or because of the?
Yeah, let me
hold off.
Let me get this one in.
Okay. All right. So that's one of the worst parts of this whole thing. That
hose, that oil transfer line. I don't know the technical name for it, other than pain in the ass.
So what he's talking about is down here. The factory puts an oil cooler down here. I don't know if you can see my arm. Down here, all the way at the bottom. But then there's a oil. I guess there's an oil pump on here. Yeah, there's an oil pump on here. That's a dumbass fucking thing to say. The oil pump will move the oil across the top of the motor into the front cylinder to cool the heads with oil, which don't make sense because the oil's hot.
And M8s still run hot.
Yeah, they still run
M8s run hotter than a twin cam ever did.
So I get what
hotter
they're doing.
Hotter than a twin cam baby.
It's like cooling off boiling water with boiling water.
Yeah,
that's about exactly what it's doing. But anyway, the oil line runs across the top of the both heads and goes in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a baller.
And I have to admit, I stand completely corrected. I started to screw that screw in, and it felt funny. So I went back and I grabbed a 3/8, and the socket
suddenly a 3/8.
better. So all that shit I just talked about, a 10 millimeter on a Harley, still stands true, because if you've actually ever worked on them, they use Brembo brakes, and they are completely metric. But
the bearings are metric.
Yep. This one particular bolt that I'm over here bitching about, I was wrong.
Yeah. Well, what else is metric? The whole front end of these things, all that stuff.
Yeah, the whole front end is metric. A
49 millimeter forks. That's a metric.
Yep.
The tires are metric sizes. So yeah, there's a lot of metric stuff on them.
Yep.
Don't go to a Harley dealership and buy a little bag of screws because it's going to say made in China.
Yep. Or
Taiwan.
Or Taiwan or Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
India.
India.
Yep. I almost said Mogadishu, but that's the
probably
wrong.
is.
That's the wrong thought process there. Okay.
America.
Yeah, I had a. It was a couple years ago. I had a TikTok account, maybe one of those accounts, and I had mentioned something about Harleys were basically assembled in America these days. And I had a couple keyboard warriors come at me pretty hard, telling me how wrong I was. So, matter of fact, it was on this bench right here. I spent the next few months, every time I opened up a bag from Harley, I'd take a picture of it and I'd make sure I sent it to them.
Exactly.
So. Nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
Harley is still an American icon motorcycle.
That is.
Still sound awesome.
All we do is work on Harleys. Nothing else.
These M8s pump out a
Samson
ton of
V-Twin,
horsepower and torque.
I am. Yep, and we're very happy with the stuff we have. Thanks for calling. Telemarketer.
That is that's something cool that nobody ever really gets to understand. You could be balls deep in a project over here, working your butt off, trying to get it done, and you got to deal with these phone calls where these guys want to call you, and it's just a telemarketer.
So that one's spinning easy. And that one's not. What the hell? All right. So crack both of them loose. We might be 180 degrees out.
Take your little.
All right, kiddos.
The white thing.
Got that oil pump. Oil hose done.
It's top dead center.
Yeah.
But it could be on the exhaust stroke, not the compression stroke.
So you want
or whatever.
Loose?
Yeah, just make them both loose. Well, hold on a second, Tony. We'll have to do it with fingers. You have to put fingers in there and find the low spot of the lifter. You know what I'm saying? As I spin it around, you feel when the lifter's pushing your fingers up and find when they're both to the bottom.
So we got to take them completely out.
Yeah. We're just not right in the right spot. But that's good that you realized that at some point, if it ain't bleeding, something's wrong. It's good. You know what I'm talking about by putting.
Oh yeah.
Feel which. Putting your finger in the hole. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, just finger it till you get it right.
See, y'all heard that.
Come on, man. Is that what you said? We're talking about a motorcycle hole. And no, not that kind of hole either. Just the. Oh, goodness gracious. Maybe we should name this show Shop Talk.
Shop Talk. Rated XXX.
Yeah. We're just off a smidge. Or maybe, hold on just a second. Wait. No, go ahead. Because if this one's wrong, that one's wrong. You know what I mean? All the way? Let's just do it anyway.
We gonna do it.
Go ahead and do it. So what we're doing on this other bike over here is we can't get one of the lifters to bleed out. So we're going to start from scratch. The M8 lifters take forever to bleed out anyway, as it is. This one's been at least 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's been about an hour. Probably.
Normally, he'd have been done with this bike. Way done with it.
I've been done with it over an hour ago.
And sometimes it does take a long time for him to bleed, so that's why he's been patient with it. You can't rush these M8s when you put the adjustable push rods back in it. You can't be in a rush with it. The twin cams aren't so bad. They'll bleed out, I don't know, what, 10 minutes or so? 8-10 minutes. But these sometimes go 15-20 minutes longer. I don't know why. That's a good thing, though. It actually lets you know that the lifters are working. But probably just don't have the cam in the right spot. We're going to figure it out right quick. Hey, Bethy. How are you? We're going to name this show Shop Talk because Tony has to put his finger in a hole.
Yeah. I've been shortened a couple times.
Jam nut still messing with you? For everybody that just tuned in here recently, Tyler's currently finishing up a 128 kit on a 23 Fast Johnny. It was a 117, now it's a 128. And he's butting it back together. The slowest part of one of these is going back together with it. All right, now let me see if I can turn this wheel for you, Tone. You ready? I'm gonna roll it forward. Are you feeling it move? That one there, it's not moving. It's starting to come up.
Okay. Get back. All right. Front one's come up.
Front one meaning this,
Just the other one.
the outer one?
The outer one come up.
Okay, so
That's up.
that's up?
Yep. all the way up.
It's all the way up now? Okay, let's keep going.
All right, it's going down. Back one's coming up.
All right, let's keep going.
Back one's going down.
That's front compression. I can tell. Good grief. They both down?
They're both down.
Well, that should work then. If they're both down. You want to go around one more time and double check it?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, here, you hold. You want to hold it? Go around one more time and double check it. Oh, I messed up real.
Okay, I'm coming up on the what would be the intake. Keep going. Now it's coming up on the exhaust. Okay, keep going. Right there. Do it right there. Try it again. See what you can do. I'll let that down. Hooligan says, "What you doing?" What's up, Hooligan?
I am at this exact moment installing the horn.
Putting the horn on.
Just putting the horn on. Make it go beep beep. Catch up. We just got done putting a Steve. Please, was it one? What size was this?
128.
128. We just got done putting a 128 big bore kit in it. So we've got the jugs and pistons and rings and all that. It was a Zippers kit. Shout out to Zippers. Those guys, they send quality products. There's a lot to do when you do a big bore kit, and they take a lot of the guesswork out. They come shipped with the rings, gaps, and pistons and everything set to the proper jug they want it in for you. So all you got to do is do a few checks, make sure nothing weird, wild, or crazy happened on the way here, and they go together real nice. So that's the horn. We know the horn blows. We'll leave it at that. So I think we are ready to install some S&S
Header?
quickie push rods.
Got it.
We've got all our electronics hooked back up. Injectors, map sensor, throttle, fly-by-wire, butterfly. I do not know the technical term, but if that's not hooked up, motorcycle don't go. Temperature sensors over here. Yeah, got the oil line put in, torqued down, got the hoses back in with their clamps on them, got the motor mount back in. And unless the book calls for it, everything gets blue Loctited. Cool trick an old timer showed me, as a matter of fact, when you're putting something back together.
You shouldn't have any trouble with that thing now.
I don't know how you guys do it, but if you're doing Loctite,
how many
instead of
flashes?
squeezing that bottle 400 times, what he taught me to do is you put a little puddle in a bag or on something, and then you can dip your screws and your bolts in there, and it's a lot faster. And as you can tell, I mean,
6 times
it
4
takes time, but you don't waste a
6 times
whole
4 is
bunch.
24. That's 4 turns.
If you've used Loctite, you know that shit gets expensive.
You get four turns or 24 flats.
Okay.
There's a flat. One turn. Two. Three. And four.
Because if you go too far, obviously it won't never bleed, right?
All day long.
Do we need to put that one in a certain position for you, or
Yeah, I've got to double check top dead center rear before I start screwing anything
but we
down.
ain't gonna know if it's compression or not,
I'm gonna pop that loose.
or put your fingers in the hole
Yeah.
like we just did over at Tony's.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Get this thing jacked up.
You just turn the wheel.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
All right, that's keep coming all the way around. We're sucking in right now. Oh, there it comes.
Yeah.
All right, come on up. Keep coming. I don't like this one. Let me go get the.
That white one's over there.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep. Oh, come.
Go-
You were
too
there.
far?
Yeah, come on back. A little more. Yep, go the other way. Keep coming, keep coming. Bump it. Right there. We had it.
That's it. That's it, Holmes. You got it.
What are y'all doing?
We answered that question.
Hooligan?
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Hooligan asked that a bit ago. Where's your open end wrenches?
I'm right here using them right now.
Oh, you got that whole setup going. Are you still working on the push rods? You done?
Yeah, I had to. This one would never bleed out.
Hmm.
Out, period. So we just redone complete.
Okay. I can wait. I'm about to miss my little tiny flat wrenches.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 20,
Three. One more.
24, and just a tiny, tiny bit more.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 24, and just a tiny, tiny bit more. How are you, sir? Good. What can I do for you? Toyota pickup rim? Yes. Let me find Steve for you. I believe everyone with that one's for sale. Toyota rims.
I got to go to the house to get them. You want to follow me to the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your time to put 10 paint and everything? I agree.
I'm not sure what Dodge Tomahawk is, so I'm going to go with no. All right, roger that.
Thank you, Bluetooth phone.
Man. Got my dirty hands on my nice coffee cup my wife bought me for Christmas. That thing. Take this out hunting with me. That way if I ever get lost, somebody can find me. Can I come steal them wrenches, Tony? Mm-hmm. This is the best part. If you do it right, you get to sit down. Red X.
If this was bleeding down, I've done been done.
Yeah, you've been messing with those for a minute. Looks like juicy. Let's see, the yellow one in the background. He's got, that's a Road King back there. 2000 and, what year Steve's Road King? 2019 Road King, custom paint. A guy out of Florida, those flames are something beautiful. I think basically the only thing he hadn't messed with it on that thing at this point is the frame. Fat tire kit, ape hangers, transmission, big bore kit. It's a quick bike. Tony has got a ringtone back there. So, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Tony, you got a magnet?
Yes.
Tony, you got a magnet? Thank you. Yeah, I don't know exactly what he spent on that thing. All the work was done here. Thank you, sir. Sir? No pickups today. Thank you. I'm sorry. Hey, Jap Trap, I will try when Steve gets back. I'll get you the numbers on that bike. He threw a cam in it, Thunder Max, basically everything. It's it's a shop bike, so it's we like to showcase the things that can get done here with it. So it's got a set of jackhammers or bone shakers on it with a set of headers. Awesome sounding pipes. You can get those from, I believe, the website West End Motorsports. All right, so just a quick talking point on these. These are the S&S Quickie push rods. Personally, my favorite. I've worked with these things for years. Do you guys like those? Hold on, Jap Trap, you guys. 900 horsepower. No, but that would be cool, man. I would love to, but man, LS swap the world unless it's a bike and then put a booster motor in it, really. I mean, so what I was saying is these are the S&S Quickie push rods. I'm not sure exactly where the camera is on my face, so try to bring these things up. There we go. So got these things down to where they're just snug, and then they have a torque spec that you get them at, and then it's got a lock nut in here where you lock them down. Cool part about these is once you get these Quickie push rods, if you're ever getting into the motor or back into the cam chest, you just break these things loose, and it stops you from having to go all the way through the top end to pull the push rods out. It's a must. It's one of those. It's so much of a must. I'm not sure why they don't come stock on the bike, other than maybe some sort of monetary value at the service end of it at a dealership. But if you guys ever do anything with the cam or with the motor, just I think they're $250 for the Quickie. Harley makes a set as well. The S&S I think are right around $250, $275. If you think about it, the labor you're in to break a top end down and the gaskets and all that crap that goes with it, by the time you're in it with the labor and the parts, you can just cut your old push rods off and put your $275 Quickies in and really never have to worry about it again. And S&S quality is superb and their customer service is awesome. So I'm gonna get schooled by a redneck right now. Yep.
I gotta find
that aged like warm milk.
it. Ain't like my other one. Other shit I got. Hey.
There we go. So I don't know why, but every time I do push rods, just about every time, had an old buddy named Lyle, probably one of the best techs I've ever met in the Harley world. Every time I do push rods, for some reason, it reminds me of him because I got so bass backwards one day on what was going on. I don't know. I just lost my mind as to what I was doing, and I was able to call Lyle, and he put me back on track. So now it seems like every time I do push rods, it reminds me of that. All right, this little redneck trick. There we go. Jap Trap again. Thanks for the comment. I personally have 15 years in the business. Tony, how long you been? 3. Tony's been in 3. The owner of the shop, Steve Carr, he had to take care of something real quick. He's got above 20, I think. That dude, he's been building hot rod motorcycles since the beginning. He was based out of Tampa. He's been in magazines, got write-ups, all kinds of stuff. We've got actually. Okay, Tony's going to take the camera over here and show you some of the bikes he's built. The Buell was the one from 20 years ago, right? Yeah, the white Buell Steve built over 20 years ago. It's on the wall somewhere. It ended up in one of the magazines. That one there's his newest one. He just built that one. He had a custom frame built. Cool thing about this, if you know what you're looking at, Tony, see if you can get in there where that motor and transmission's mounted up together. He's got a mic somewhere. You got a mic on? It's a 98 Evo transmission mounted up to a 103 98 twin cam. So that's just one of, I don't know, Steve's probably built 15, 20 bikes. I think that's an understatement. I've known Steve for 7 years and he's built 15 bikes since I've known him. So if you guys ever get a chance to come to the shop out here in Samson, Alabama, he's got a wall full of pictures of all the bikes he's built. But that one Tony's still walking around. That's his latest build. He built that over Christmas, didn't he? Yeah, he just got done with that one. He's put some miles on it. He's rode it to Florida. Yeah, it's got that custom frame. They took an idea from Buell, and all the oil is in that frame. So it's a really cool build. Definitely looks like a hot rod, and I have not got to ride it, but I have been told it hauls ass. So there we go. There's the one Tony's on now. It's a, I forget what the frame was. It's a 2007 hardtail frame. It's a Buell motor with obviously some custom parts on it. Buell front end. Steve built that bike 20 years ago. It made it in a magazine. Easy Riders, I believe that one made it in. Bike got sold off, so on and so forth. Twice. 2 different owners after Steve built it. In the end, somehow, some way, the motorcycle gods put that bike back on Steve's radar, and now it's home. So it yeah, Tony, yeah, this is the picture Tony's showing you now. That is after Steve got the bike back, took it to the rat show in Daytona and placed second. Obviously, when he got it back after 20 years, there were some changes he had to make. He had to fix some stuff, updated a few things, but there, that's it. That's the write-up on it in the magazine, isn't it? Yeah, so there's the write-up. No, but that whole wall that Tony's at right now is just covered with builds that Steve has done. And to get back to what you were saying, Jab Trap, it's yeah, we are mostly all chill because we've done it. After a certain amount of years, you get in there, like Steve was saying earlier in the video, we quit rushing. We're not trying to get it done fast. We're trying to get it done right and get it done right the first time. So, also, Steve is an amazing shop owner. There's no pressure other than to get it right the first time.
This guy is.
Oh,
So it's a wonderful work
is it
environment.
which guy is it?
I don't know who.
It's just a great place to be.
Okay.
You got a mic back on, Steve-O?
Yeah, it's back on.
All right. I'm going to turn it over. Steve, I'm going to shut up. I'm
what
going
does he want to know?
Push rods in.
Who's he talking to? Which one?
Oh, I was talking to Jap Trap.
Okay. Yeah. This is
Showing him some of the bikes you built.
yeah, this is a Sportster we did. Yep, it was an Easy Rider. That one. That's a Dyna. That's a Road King, believe it or not. And a Dyna that we did. This is at show at Willie's Tropical Tattoo. Michael Lichter got on the roof and took a picture, and for some reason, that bike was right in the middle. I don't know why. Just luck. That's the bike at the Broken Spoke in Daytona. That one's a bike called the Bone Shaker. I don't know about that. Can't see it. Called the Bone Shaker. It was built from a Sportster. That's the magazine article for the bike, the white Buell behind me. Road King doing a burnout. Thunder Beach. Paul Sr. autographed t-shirt for my wife, Beth. That's his handwriting right there. Hi, Beth. Paul. But that's the Buell right there. The bike's been built 20 years. 20 years. Uses a 280 rear tire. Stock Buell front end. 19 Road King. 114 engine in that one. Original Honda Z50 my dad bought for my brother and I in 1972. So my brother and I are the original owners. And it's all original. Nothing's been restored on it. 1972. And then this one in the window was built in 08. And it uses a Buell engine, a hardtail frame, Paco frame. Dual rear discs, 23-inch front. That's when 23-inch front wheel was something from outer space. And then this is the latest one. We call it Shattered. It's a whole story behind it. For the reason it's called Shattered. It uses a 180 rear. It's the same wheels that are on the blue bike that Tyler's working on. The oil's in the frame. So that's that. So anyway, back to reality. Back to reality. Back to reality. That guy wanted my Toyota wheels, so I sold them for $100. The factory ones. I just about put them back on. I really did. So is yours bleeding? Still no? Man, what's going on?
That one did. The front one did.
We're just going to have to let it sit.
I pulled. There's your dots.
Mm-hmm. We're just going to have to let it sit. That's all we can do. Because I know it's at the bottom, and you went 24 flats. Just let it sit, man. The exhaust ain't in the way, is it? You could probably, well, you can't put the exhaust back on because you have to put that back on. Just hang tight. Let it do its thing. It's odd, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very odd.
I guess I'm agreeing. That black bike, is it running with the fuel pump? Was it running when you come in? What? I guess I pushed it in right here and pulled the tank off of it to come in. Put the fuel pump in.
Did it come in? The fuel pump?
Here.
This is oil and spark plug. What is it? Oh, that's for that. That's for the transmission on that bike. Well, it didn't come in. Maybe it's coming in UPS. I can check the tracking numbers on it. Why would they send? Why would they send that separate? Makes no sense at all. Just hang on, then. Hang tight.
These things are something real bad. Look very plastic. They come in the kitchen.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe that'll go away. She's still trying to eat solid food. Are they considering Jello and all that solid food?
Yeah. Or, somewhat.
Okay. Still no, huh? what to do, man. Let's give it to a quarter till. I don't know what else to do other than replace that lifter. I don't know what else to do. It'll bleed out. Take it time. Let it take its time. All right. Well, that's going to do it for today. Thanks everybody for watching. We might do this again some other time. Sure was fun. Talk to you later.